So good day everyone. So for our discussion this afternoon, it's all about information and communication technology. So we will discuss about this, but before that, we would like to introduce myself and my fellow reporter for this afternoon. So first, my name is Nimuel Royo, and together with me is um, Nilma Lumod and Harold Esteban. So let us start discussing um, about ICT. And I hope that you will listen because later on we will have some quiz that prepared for you to take. So let us start. So let us define first what is the meaning of ICT. So ICT is information and communication technologies. It's defined as a diverse set of technological tools and resources used to transmit, create, share, and exchange information. So electronic textbook, instructional software like email or chats, and distance learning programs are also examples of ICT.
How ICT tools and devices used in the classroom provides robotics and artificial intelligence. Tools of ICT can be used in a diverse manner where one can communicate, create, store, and manage information. In some places, ICT has become an important part of teaching and learning methods. When teachers are digitally trained, they make the learning approach more prominent, which leads to effectiveness. For students, it improves thinking skills where students can grow their creative talents and can also express their views in a better learning form.
So there's some examples of ICT. The first one and the most important one is the computer. So the computer is a machine or device that performs processes, calculations, and operations based on instructions provided by a software or hardware program. So it can be used to create, store, and share information such as presentations. So inside a computer, we have a software, what we call software. So this is the part of computer that are not strictly physical. So this is data, programs or applications, and others. So the programs and other operating informations used by a computer is a software. So there are some examples of software here. Antivirus, audio music programs, so this is basically the apps of a computer. So we have that communications, database, email, like or games, internet browsers, movie player, operating system, photographics program, presentations or PowerPoint presentations, program language, simulations, Excel, utility, word processors. So those are the examples of software. And also, we have also hardware. So what is hardware? Hardware is the tangible components or delivery systems that store and run the written instruction provided by the software. So this is the physical structure that houses a computer processor, memory, storage, communication ports, and peripheral devices. So that is hardware. So in hardware, we have CPU or Central Processing Unit. So in CPU, it is a brain of computer, defined as a brain of computer. So the CPU processes informations and run program. It functions as a control unit that executes program according to instruction, that is program memory. So we also have keyboard. A keyboard is an input device that is used to enter data into a computer. It also called the input device for your computer. So keyboard are used with PCs, laptops, tablets, and other devices. So there are many examples of keyboard, the types of keyboard, but the most common one is the QWERTY keyboard. So the QWERTY keyboard is the most common. So we also have a mouse. So mouse is a hardware input device that is used to move a cursor or pointer on computer screen. So we can use this to select items or to select a some applications in our computer. So we also have a hard disk. So what is hard disk? Hard disk is a piece of hardware inside a computer that stores informations. It's used to store software and data in a safe place which can be accessed when needed. So that is our hard disk. So we also have monitor. So what is the purpose of monitor? So the use of monitor is to display data, run the software, and interact with the user. So a monitor is an electronic visual display that connects to your computer or laptop. So it is used for displaying images like text and like videos, games, web pages, and many more. So we also have a motherboard. So what is motherboard? It's a backbone of our computer system. Why? So it is a central processing unit or CPU. So it connects all the other components like memory and graphics card and to the power supply. So the motherboard is where all the wires are plugged in, and it's also where you place your RAM, which your computer's working memory. So the motherboard is what makes one machine different from another. Motherboards are made up of tiny transistors that controls the flow of electricity through copper tracks and their surface. So we also have ROM memory. So what is this one? So ROM memory stands for a type of memory chip that can be read from but not written to. So in other words, it's a form of data storage that cannot be changed after being programmed. So that is ROM memory. So we also have RAM memory. So, so RAM memory is a type of computer memory that stores information so the CPU can access it directly. So computer system use main memory to store both data and program. So the more RAM you have, the more data your system can process at one time. So this will lead to more efficient operations on your computer, which translates into better performance of the user. And also we have the power supply. This is one of the most important part of a computer. It's a power supply is an electrical appliance that provides the necessary power to operate a computer. And also we have the CPU fan. CPU fan in a computer is very important component for your PC. So if your CPU fan is not working correctly, maybe your computer will be overheating and it may cause damage to your components, to other components as rather. So the CPU fan helps to cool the CPU and other internal parts of computer. So it also provides negative pressures and remove dust and debris from insides. So it's important to make sure that your power supply is functioning properly. So aside from computer, we also have internet as an example of information and technology. So what is internet? So internet, it is served as a significant tool to communicate, discuss, and even explore various information from a different world and reference. So that is the purpose of internet. So the internet can also improve class community and camaraderie by facilitating communication outside of the classroom. So class websites or blogs can give students the ability to download assignments and materials like talk with other students and share their works. For example, email and messaging can also make it easier for students to ask questions right after the discussions instead of having to wait until the next day and risk for forgetting those questions. And we also have webcasting. Now, using internet, we can also use webcasting. So it enables online education, distance learning, and access to up-to-date information because each student interprets these informations differently. Technology can enable more research into subjects that are more difficult to learn. Aside from that, we also have recorded broadcasting technologies. So what is the purpose of this one? So in education, teachers often use instructive and informative. So audio media such as podcasts, book narrations, and audio tracks in videos and movies. Students can stop the lessons and start overs and listen though through difficult sections without peer pressure, because not of all students are can easy to catch up the lessons, and some of them are need to back again to the discussions. So that's the purpose of recorded broadcasting technology in education. And we also have video conferencing like Zoom, MS Teams, Messengers, and Google Meet. So this one is used for teaching and learning purposes in sessions where participants engage in chat rooms, discussions, forums, or virtual meeting rooms. So this is one of the distance learning, used for distance learning, especially if the students or teachers are not within the classroom. So that is the importance of a video conferencing like Zoom, MS Teams, and other platforms that can be used in educations or the product of ICT. So now let's proceed to let's proceed to flipped classrooms that will be discussed by Sir Harold Esteban.
So, flip classroom. It is a type of blended learning, um, and students get to practice lectures at home via computer, computer guide instructions. The concept of flip phone requires a little research from their side while learning, as it was expanded the curriculum. So that is flip phone. And now we'll proceed to e-readers, which is it is an electronic device which consists of numbers of books from reading in digital form. And readers have had the positive responses to using e-readers. Many books are also available for reading in ebook. So it is basically like an electronic book that we can read if we don't have the hard copy of the book. The next one is the tablet, which is we are very familiar to this. Tablets are small personal computer without a mouse and keyboard, easy to carry and uses device. Through various software apps, students can learn and work with great ease. So the good thing about the tablet is it is a hand carry, like you are carrying a small computer in your hand that you can use anytime, anywhere. The next one is the mobile phone, which I believe we all have one. Mobile phone have several applications that can be useful in the teaching and learning process. It includes general software such as Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. I know some of you uses your phone, download apps like the Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, and do your presentations using just your phone. So that is the mobile phone.
Just like in any other media, ICT has also advantages and disadvantages, or what they call strength and weaknesses. So first, we go to the advantages. So communication has become quicker and more efficient. People can call, FaceTime, and text anyone. And ICT has globalized the whole world. It helps to store and create data in easy way. Next, in education, e-learning books and apps are introduced to students and teachers. Now, let's go to the disadvantages. Next slide, please. First is The first disadvantage of the ICT is unethical hacking and cyber crimes are the most prominent disadvantage of ICT. Next is managing courses online sometimes becomes difficult and troublesome. And next is for poor people, affording an expensive internet connection becomes difficult. And the last one is students get distracted watching or learning destructive or immoral content on the internet. Now, specifically, ICT in education has also a disadvantage and advantages. So the disadvantages is that it first is it is misleading and misguiding information. Next, risk of cyber attacks and hacks. Um, a risk to the traditional book and handwriting methods. Implementing computers and the internet for ICT replace the convention education curriculums. Next, disadvantage is that managing courses online is difficult. And next is misuse of technology. Next is not accessible everywhere. And teacher require experience to handle ICT. So it requires time to learn ICT. So that is one of the advantage. And next is implementing computers and the internet is expensive. And the last one is few believe that computer can limit imagination. Next is we talk about the advantages of ICT in education. So first is it enhances the modes of communication, cost efficient, paperless, eliminate the usage of paper, eco-friendly. Next is better teaching and learning methods. Next is enhanced data and information security. Six is Next is minimize cost and save time. Easy student management, automatic solution to manual paper-based processes and procedures. Direct classroom teaching, spread awareness of the social impact of technological change in education. And web-based LMS tools connect students, educators, scholars, and researchers and education personnel together. And the last one is enhanced e-learning or electronic learning and learning management system. So those are the advantages of the ICT specifically in education.
So once again, thank you so much for listening to our report, and thank you so much for your time. I hope that you learned something. And as we promised, we have some activity for you to answer. So goodbye. Once again, this is Teacher Nimuel.
Teacher Nilma,
Teacher Harold.
Okay, thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.
thank you.